Alright, hey guys, Mr. Smoot here. And the purpose of this video is to help you with the flag football team and player assignment. You will see that this isn't actually a flag football assignment, but just a general football assignment where I want you to learn a little bit more about football here in the United States. So, in this lesson, you guys are going to kind of investigate and see what pro football teams there are out there. You're going to use a couple different websites. You're going to find a football team. After you've done some research, you're going to decide on a football team, give me their record, when they were founded, talk about one of the players on that team, and then the other part of this assignment is you're going to do a little bit of research on the Pro Football Hall of Fame and just tell me a little bit about what you found. So, to help you with this, I've got some links up here. The NFL link will help you with questions 1, 2, 5, and 6. Then you'll need to go to Wikipedia. That will help you with questions 3 and 4. And then the NFL Hall of Famers website will help you with questions 8 and 9. So, let's visit the first link, and it's got all of the NFL. The NFL is broken into two leagues, the National Football Conference and the American Football Conference. And you can see there's quite a few teams in each one, 16 to be exact. There's 16 in the National Football Conference and 16 in the American Football Conference. And all I want you to do is just pick one of the teams. So, because we're so close and because I'm a fan of Peyton Manning, we are going to pick Denver. So, the first question says, pick a pro football team. Well, that's pretty simple, the Denver Broncos. What is the record this year? Well, the record for the Denver Broncos would be 7-2. They have 7 wins and 2 losses. That is their record. Standings would be what place they're in. So they're currently in first place, but we're not really looking for standings. We're looking for their record. So their record is 7 wins, 2 losses. When was the team founded? Well, questions 3 and 4, like I told you, would be on Wikipedia. Already looked it up. So we've got the Denver Broncos here on Wikipedia. And it said established 1960. So 54 years ago, they were established. So 1960 would be the answer. And where do the teams play their home games? Well, they play at Sports Authority Field at Mile High Stadium. And that's in Denver, Colorado, of course. So again, Sports Authority Field at Mile High Stadium. That is where they play. So I'm going to pick one player. So to pick a player, we need to go back to the first website we were at. We're going to click on Denver Broncos, and they're going to pop up, and you are going to scroll over to where it says roster, and roster it's going to list all of their players. And again, I told you that I'm a fan of Peyton Manning, so let's pick Peyton Manning. We're going to pick him. And so we've picked Peyton Manning. So that's the player that I picked. Where did he attend college? Well, Peyton Manning attended college right here in Tennessee. He went to the University of Tennessee. And list the significant stats for Peyton Manning. Well, the cool thing about ESPN is they list the significant stats up here. You can scroll down and you can see all of his stats for the year, all the stats for the individual game. But again, the cool thing that ESPN does is any significant stat they have right up here in the top. So his quarterback rating, RAT, is 112. So far this year, he's passed for 2,912 yards, and he's thrown 29 touchdown passes. Now, let's back up just a little bit and say that we picked a running back. The running back stats are going to be a little bit different. Let's pick Ronnie Hillman. And Ronnie Hillman went to San Diego State, and instead of a quarterback rating, he's got how many attempts he's ran with the ball this year. So he's ran with the ball 91 times. He's ran for 378 yards, and he scored 3 touchdowns. A couple more examples, depending on, again, which player you pick. Let's pick a wide receiver, Emmanuel Sanders, a wide receiver. Emmanuel Sanders has caught 62 balls this year from Peyton Manning. and he's got 852 yards, and he's scored 6 touchdowns. So he's got 62 catches for 852 yards, 6 touchdowns, so on and so forth. So we've talked about a quarterback, we've talked about a running back, we've talked about a wide receiver. Now, one of the players that doesn't really have significant stats would be like an offensive tackle. So we'll stick with the offense. We'll pick Ryan Clady. And see, he doesn't have any stats because you don't really keep stats if you're a lineman. Your job as an offensive lineman is to protect Peyton Manning. So, one more example. We'll go down to the defensive side of the ball. We'll pick. Let's pick Von Miller. He's pretty good. Where is Von Miller? There he is, number 58. We'll click on Von Miller. And he's combined for 37 tackles this year. He doesn't have any forced fumbles, and he doesn't have any interceptions. So, again, the big thing for Von Miller would be tackles, and he's helped on 37 tackles. Now we find another defensive player. Maybe, let's see. Pick him, Aqib Talib. He's got 37 tackles also, but he's got 2 interceptions. He plays defensive back, so he's more apt to get an interception. So anyway, that should help with those that kind of significant stats. You can see, depending on who you pick, if it's an offensive player, defensive player, again, depending on who you pick, their stats are going to be a little bit different. But again, ESPN has them right up here, easy to find. Now, question number 8, we're going to need to go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and you can kind of just scroll down. You can click on a couple of these guys. You can kind of do some research, figure out who you want, and the first question says pick one and tell me why you picked one. It can be as easy as, hey, I picked this guy because he's the first guy. I just wanted to get the assignment done. Maybe I picked Troy Aikman because my dad was a Cowboys fan and I've heard about Troy Aikman before. Maybe you go down and try to find somebody with your same name. All right, there's no Kevins there. Let's see if there's any Smooths. There's no Smooths, so okay, can't do that. So, just do a little research and then pick a guy. I'm going to... I like Walter Payton. We'll pick Walter Payton. So I pick Walter Payton just because I've heard of him before. I watched him as a kid. That's my reasoning behind picking him. So it doesn't have to be a fancy reason. And then question 9 in a couple sentences, just tell me, why why the person you pick's in the Hall of Fame. And you can kind of read through and determine why that person's in the Hall of Fame. If you have any questions whatsoever, then please see me in class.